JLR investigates. JLR investigates. Come on in. I got some new information. Jumping on real quick. I am en route to Texas right now. I'm going to be doing me and Magnolia are going to be doing some hurricane chasing out there in southern Texas. So stay tuned for that. We'll be live streaming starting tomorrow. Terrible, terrible tragedy with this case. And I want to give you an update on what's breaking. Come on in, everyone. Didn't program this for an extended period out. Felt like just coming on for a second. So his case today, Tyler McCain's case today got dismissed, folks. And this is bad. This is very, very bad. The judge, now we're trying to figure out right now what exactly happened in the courtroom. And maybe I'll get Magnolia on for a few minutes to discuss what transpired today. And I do have a few videos I want to share, but we've been covering this case. She's 39 years old. We're talking about Nikki McCain. She vanished May 18th, 2024, right around the time where he was supposed to be going. And this is Tyler, and we talked about Tyler yesterday, about his property burning and things on his property burning. Magnolia will be able to provide some insight on that. But he was supposed to be back in court today, and he did go. Apparently, he got ushered through the back of the courthouse, away from the large group of supporters out there for Nikki in front of the courthouse. But, folks, they're saying that right now that his case got dropped, and that was the fear because no body, no case. We're talking about her right here, Nikki, 39 years old, mother, and he was arrested back in December, the beginning of December 2023, for doing egregious acts on her. And he was going to, they were going through the court process when she vanished. A lot of people speculate he's definitely involved with her disappearance. It's not coincidental that she vanishes around the time that she's needed to go to court. So it's just a terrible, terrible tragedy all across the board. But I want to get Magnolia on real quick so Magnolia can explain what she's been watching the feeds today and explain like what happened and what's going on with this particular case. Apparently Tyler hid in shame. He hides in shame. And Tyler McCain hides in shame. That rhymes, doesn't it? Tyler McCain hides in shame today. But we're going to get Magnolia on real quick, talk to her for a few, and then she'll explain a little bit about what happened, and I'll show videos in the process. So we're going to get her on right here. Yeah, this is terrible, folks. Terrible, terrible, terrible what happened today. She'll be able to provide. Magnolia, how are you?
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hello. So what, Magnolia, what happened today? What's going on?
Well, the case against Tyler today was from the December 2023 domestic violence incident against Nikki, where he bruised her face and gave her swollen black eyes to the point she was not recognizable. There's a very detailed police report on that incident that's available. It's out there. It's been released. So he was supposed to face those charges, and they had to keep delaying it because Nikki's been missing for almost 2 months now. She's been missing since May 18th, I believe, is the last she was seen. So the prosecutors had said that they needed her to testify against him in court as the victim. And since she's not there to testify, they dropped that case today.
Unbelievable.
So, yeah, it was what everyone was worried about, and it's the reason so many protesters were there. I mean, it was a massive, massive group of protesters all over that courthouse, all down the street. And he apparently, so last week when he was in court, he walked in very, defiantly, and the sister was asking him, "Where's Nikki? Where's my sister?" And he just shrugged and kept walking. Well, today he hid altogether, like a coward. He snuck in and out the back door, apparently, and his mother and grandmother were there and helped him escape. So the protesters went down the street when they saw the mom's car, and you could just see there's just tons and tons and tons of people out there. So,
well, stay with me here. I'm going to actually get that clip. Stay with me. I'm just going to play this clip real quick, and then this is the particular clip where they confronted his mom, right? They confronted his mom.
Yes, it was his mother and grandmother, they say.
That's his mom, right?
I can't see it. Hold on.
Can't really get no volume here, but they're yelling at her while she's in her car. Look at the signs right there, right in her face.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't really see what's on the screen right now.
Basically, she's leaving in her car and they're saying no justice, no peace while Tyler's on the streets.
Yeah. Yeah, so they both came out and they were surrounded by the protesters when they got in their car. And then there was another clip later where you can see down the street, it looks like their car's coming basically through the protesters.
Now that's Tyler's mom. I don't know if you can see, but that's Tyler's mom right there getting in her car. It might be his grandmother. Is it the blonde that was the driver, the grandmother or the mother?
It's one of them is his grandmother, one of them is his mother.
No justice, no peace while Tyler's on the streets. Now, they're leaving after the case got dismissed, correct?
Yes, yes. So, I mean, it was expected today that this would happen, that the charges would be dropped because the prosecutor said as much. So, you know, some people think that maybe the prosecutor and the investigators in this case are working on building a bigger case against him, which would be for her murder.
Yeah.
So that's kind of giving people hope that there's a bigger case they're developing, and they had to drop this one only because she can't testify.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking here. You might have took a loss today per se, but in the overall, the grand scheme of things, it seems like that they're going to proceed with some sort of murder case, or, you know, they're definitely investigating this as a, he's definitely, I mean, I don't think they labeled him as a person of interest, have they? Or a suspect in the disappearance of Nikki, but I'm sure behind the scenes they consider him a suspect, and they're building a murder case.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of what people are thinking right now, is that they're just working on building that case. And, you know, we saw just the other day, he set a fire on his property and burned out all those cars that he had. And so he's got all kinds of problems going on right now.
Yeah, I'm just going to turn the camera around so people can see this. But activists are already calling out the judge. People have posted, they said, this is Shasta County judge who, without taking into consideration the circumstances and the prior crimes of Tyler McCain, just dismissed the case. No justice in Shasta County. Victims are left to their unknown phase while the known perpetrator walks free. Ban Shasta judicial system and Wind River for just sweeping this case under the rug. Honorable Stephanie A. Bridget, I guess. So people have been calling out this judge. But maybe people are just acting on emotions. I get it. But probably the judge's hands were tied. You know, no victim there. By law, I think if they don't have the victim there, case gets dismissed. I mean, that's kind of like precedent, isn't it?
Yeah, and that happens a lot. You know, we discussed that with J.P. Miller back in the day when Allie had brought up the allegations against him with the underage girls. Nothing was ever done because those victims wouldn't come forward. So it happens. But I think in this case, Nikki it's not as if she's just not showing up. It's not as if she just doesn't want to testify. She's missing because something happened to her, and people want to know where she is. And this battle between the community and the reservation, the Rancheria, Redding Rancheria, and they're saying the Wind River Casino, you know, they're not happy. They're making it well known. So
yeah,
hopefully more information comes out soon, because it's just going to keep continuing, I think, the protests out there.
Well, I don't see necessarily media, because I've been busy a lot today preparing my storm chasing. You will be joining me with some storm chasing down there in Texas, South Texas. But it doesn't seem like today, the way I was looking at the feeds and everything like that, it's just basically protesters that are putting out stuff about this case. I really don't see much media coverage.
No, and that's been very upsetting to see that there's so little media covering this. It seems to be there's one or two local media outlets out there that are posting articles and updating, but I haven't seen them post anything today to update people about his case being dismissed. So I haven't even seen that yet. So yeah, it's everyone that's posting about this case is primarily on Facebook, people that are there, people that are local. They're doing their videos and they're making their posts. So that's where we're getting a lot of this information from. And then on Twitter, there's really only a few people. Now, Lauren Collin, some people may remember her from Nancy Grace's show. She was one of the journalists that spoke to Nancy regarding Sebastian's case. So she put a tweet out this morning with a clip of her talking with a guest, and they were saying kind of what I said before, is that everyone is really hoping that they're building a stronger case. And she also gave a couple of details here, just so people are aware. So Nikki McCain last seen May 18th, miles from her place of employment, which was the Wind River Casino. So she actually was employed at that casino.
Interesting. What'd she do there? Do you know what she did? Does anyone know what she did?
No, so I didn't even
And I say this in
realize
past tense, but, I should say, does anyone know what she does? Because we still want to remain optimistic that she's alive.
Yeah. So Tyler McCain beat and tortured his wife in December 2023. This was an extended 3-hour episode where he was like beating her up. He tied her up. It's just madness.
Yeah,
so,
it's crazy. And people said the bond should have been up there. The bond should have been higher.
Yeah, so the case was dropped today, and they're just saying, hopefully, they're just reminding people law enforcement does not owe us anything, but have they shared certain evidence and findings with the DA? And so they're asking for people to reach out to the major crime unit in Shasta County at 530-245-6135. If you know anything or you have any type of evidence. And people really, really think that the answer is going to come from the Wind River Casino or that area where that land is.
Yeah, interesting. I'm going to play this other clip right here. Somebody posted about Tyler McCain getting snuck into the courthouse today. I'm just going to run this. I guess that's his mom.
Tyler didn't want to come today? No, Tyler? Where's Nikki? Where's Nikki, Jeanette? Sandy, where's Nikki? Hey! Tyler didn't want to show? This is for him, right? That's funny.
Okay, so that was, I heard the name Jeanette and Sandy. It looks like that was grandma and grandmother of Tyler. Look what Tyler had to put his own parents through, or, his own family through. They had to go through there. How embarrassing it is for them. I wonder what they're feeling. Are they generally believe that he didn't nothing do with it, or are they just blinded here, or confused in this and didn't know what to expect, but they pretty much have to see a sea of purple today at the courthouse.
Well, the perspective from the protesters is that they seem to act like they don't care. They don't really have any empathy towards the situation at all. So that's the biggest complaint with his family.
They had children together.
Mm-hmm,
that's technically Nikki's, the grandmother to the children.
Yes.
And she would have zero concern whatsoever. I've also heard that the grandmother and the mother, none of them on his side was really doing anything to try to find Nikki at all.
No, and
Nothing.
neither has Tyler.
They posted this video too. I'm gonna share this real quick here. This is coming from an Andy Linder on their own Facebook page, and they're saying that Tyler McCain gets nothing but special treatment today in Shasta County. He was snuck through the back like a coward, avoiding the truth of all these people, and the charges are now dismissed. He was still too scared and also received special treatment by being driven out. That's interesting. It also says the courthouse was surrounded by people looking for answers and seeking justice. His mother came out the back with the biggest smile on her face. Yeah, I'd be smiling too if I got special treatment. Now I'm going to play this clip that they played and see what this is. I have not seen this yet.
Shame, shame on Tyler McCain! 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 That's his lawyer. His lawyer.
Okay, so it seemed like that was his lawyer. Looked like his lawyer joined by a Shasta County sheriff walking in. But again, where's the client? And special treatment. Are we in nowadays where defendants, instead of doing these perp walks, because normal people have to go through the front of the courthouse. He's not a celebrity.
Yeah, well, you notice that his own family and his attorney all had to walk through the protesters, but not him.
Yeah, so he sends his own family and his attorney to take the bullets.
Yeah,
You know, they do say in the Reading Crime and in Community Alert Shasta County, say DV case to dropped against them. So, is this with or without prejudice? Does this mean that the family could they refile? Is there any way to refile?
Well, I think that would maybe come with
New charges.
With another case. Yeah, with new charges, a new case possibly. And I think that's what people are hoping for, that it would, because he has to be held accountable for that.
Let me play this. Yeah, let me play this other clip here just to show people the respect. This was a big response. This was justice for Nikki for sure outside that courthouse, the Shasta County courthouse, and I believe they had a parallel protest at the Capitol building, but I haven't seen any footage of that. But let me just show you what else existed today to give you guys a perspective, and I'm sure they'll be right back out here again.
He had his charges dismissed today. His grandma and his mom are sneaking him out, going by, smoking cigarettes.
That's the car. That's the car.
Wow, look at that. Just look at the massive amount of people there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they literally, did they surround the mother's car?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why they're all down the street there, because they were waiting for that car to come. So once they did, they were all there, and then they kind of followed the car down. But you could see, I mean, there's just protesters almost surrounding the courthouse.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild. I mean, that's passionate people wanting justice and answers. That's how much Nikki was loved for sure. That's the feeling I get. I mean, she's having a huge support system. I'm just a little bit baffled on why the media has not jumped on this case like they should, because you're talking about a missing woman and the prime suspect here.
Yeah, it's
a missing mother.
It's very disappointing.
Great job, protesters. Kudos. We on JLR investigates back every single one of you, and keep the pressure up. Keep the pressure up. We do got to sign off because we are en route. We're going to Texas, so stay tuned. Later on tomorrow, we'll be doing some live streams in the next couple of days on the hurricane stuff, and we are praying for Nikki. We're praying for her family. We're praying for their supporters. And be safe out there, and we'll continue to keep you informed. It's a shame that the case got dropped, but there could be something else brewing, and I honestly think something else is brewing. More charges, more serious charges.
Yeah.
All right, JLR Investigates. Thank you, Magnolia, for coming on.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. If you know anything about this case, ladies and gentlemen, contact authorities immediately. If you know about his whereabouts around the 18th, if you've seen any suspicious behavior or know anything about this couple that can help law enforcement find Nikki, contact Shasta County sheriffs, your local law enforcement, and help take a bite out of crime, right? Help make a difference and bring justice for Nikki and her family. So I'm JLR Investigates. Hit that sub button, hit the notification button. I'll be back soon. Be doing a live stream tonight in one of these big cities in the Midwest, so stay tuned for that. I'll be back on later tonight. Everyone be safe. Justice for Nikki. We'll talk soon. Stay tuned.